Hey guys, it's Ivy. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing my October wrap up. I read an incredible amount of books in October. I'm very proud of myself that I accomplished that. As you can see, my stack is right here, and like these are in no like particular order, I guess. Just gonna like go through them. I lied. I'm gonna go in order. I had to like look at my Goodreads because I read so much that I couldn't remember like my ratings. What is with the blank space? All right, moving on. The first book that I read in the month of October is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, and this book is about a girl who is kind of estranged from her father. Her mother moved her back to Canada when she was a baby because like she couldn't take the seclusion of Alaska. She really doesn't know much about her father. They don't like really talk. She gets a call from a woman telling her that her father is sick. So she goes to Alaska to see him and get to know him, and there she finds romance and friendships, and she rekindles her relationship with her father, and it's a really good book. I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed my time reading it. I really enjoyed the story. I will say when I first picked it up, I thought it was a standalone, but I guess now it's a sequel, so I will be picking the sequel up when it comes out. The next book I read in October is Witches of Litchford by Paul Cornell, and this is a really short novella, and I really didn't gain much from the story. I really didn't care about it. It's about, basically, I think fairies are going to be involved. It's like, I don't even remember because I like didn't care. It's basically they're trying to like keep the border between the worlds like safe. I think, anyways, I think I gave this like 1 or 2 stars. I'm unhauling this. I don't plan on reading any more in this series. It just wasn't for me. And I love witches, but I just did not like that. I didn't not like it. I didn't care for it. That's what I'll say. The next book I read on audiobook, and that is A Star Wars Crash of Fate by Sarita Cordova. I think that's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I'm like butchering that. But that book, as you guys know, I do love Star Wars audiobooks. That book I enjoy. A Crash of Fate is a Star Wars Galaxy Edge book. It is about 2 people, Izzy and Jules, and they were friends during childhood, and now they are older and they're on this mission, and you can see family dynamics, relationship dynamics, romance dynamics. Obviously it comes with all the stormtrooper nonsense that any other Star Wars book has, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was written very well, and I would read more Star Wars books from her. I think she wrote it very well. The next book I read is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. Why are words hard today? This book is about a girl, Morgan Crow, who was born on the most cursed day in her world, and for that she is considered bad luck. Everybody in her town blames her for everything that goes wrong. If somebody gets sick, it's her fault because they were in contact with her, they saw her, they looked at her, she looked at them, whatever. On her birthday, she gets swept away by this ginger-haired crazy man and taken to another place. And this book is just full of magic and mayhem, and she goes through these trials to become, I forget what it's called, the Wondrous Society. She goes through these trials so that she can be in the Wondrous Society. And at first I thought, okay, this is alright, like it's a good middle grade fantasy, but I don't think I'll continue the series. But by the end of the book I was like, oh my god, I really like this, and I would really like to read book 2, and I did give this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition. I love Harry Potter, and I really love the illustrations in this, and obviously I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really don't need to talk too much about it because like everybody knows it's Harry Potter. Then on audiobook, I listened to A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray, and this book is about a girl who comes into possession of this journal, and she has visions, and basically she's a witch, and she goes to this like all-girl school. Oh, her name is Gemma Doyle. Her mother died, and just things start to add up for her, like with her mother's death, with her visions that she's having, and it is, I think it's a pretty good start to a series. I think I will continue on with book 2. I did give this 3 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy the setting and the magic in this book, so it was a solid read. The next book I read was part of my Spookathon, so these next few books will be all Spookathon reads. If you want, I will leave that link down below for you guys to check out my Spookathon vlog. Pretty cool. I went to a Halloween party, and that's probably like the only fun thing that I did that week, because I'm boring. So the first book I read was Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. Not for me. It was a spooky setting. It's basically about this girl comes into possession again of another book. Well, she kind of steals it from this lady, but she realizes that it's like real, and the scarecrows come to life while her and her class are on this field trip, and they're trying to take her into this like other world, and it just was kind of boring for me. I really didn't care too much, wasn't too invested. I think it's perfect for younger kids. I think they will love this. If you're a fan of scary stories to tell in the dark, you'll like this book, but I won't be continuing this series, and I plan on sending this to my little cousin because I think he might like it. The next book I read is A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mayberry. This book is short, but it has a lot happen in it, and it's basically about this boy who comes into contact with this girl who is literally poisonous, and I think I'll just leave it at that. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I plan on hauling it. It just was, it is what it is. It was just an okay book. I really didn't care about it, so moving on. The next book I read is Secrets of Disneyland. This book I got from Debbie, and it's basically all different like things that you might not know about Disneyland, like secret Mickeys, or like how many lights they hang on Christmas, different fun facts about Disneyland, and I really enjoyed this, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I have to talk about, I actually did not finish this. I DNF'd it at like 39 pages because it took me 3 days to read that many pages, and that's like not normal. It's a book about a lady who shoots her husband in the face and then never talks again, and this psychiatrist like wants to have personal gain and get this lady to talk so that he can like be famous, and no, absolutely not for me. Gotta go. I DNF'd. No, did not like. And so on a more happier note, the final book I read for Spookathon was Stephen King's Pet Sematary. I listened to this on audiobook. So brilliant, so fantastic. This book is definitely full of grief and heartache, and that's kind of what makes it horror. It's not so much that it's scary, but it's might be my favorite Stephen King novel that I have ever read. I just think it was so fantastic, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The only negative thing I will say about it is I could not stand Rachel. I could not stand her. She was annoying, but this was just, it blew me away. So fantastic. This, I think, was my favorite book of the month. This is Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand, and this book is about a island that girls over time disappear from, and they're never found. his family moves there, and they're very full of grief because they just lost their father and husband. And it's different perspectives. So the perspectives are Marion, Zoe, and Val. And Marion is the new girl, and Zoe is the one who has lost a friend. Her friend has disappeared, and Val is the popular girl, and there's more to her than we realize. Wow, this is dark, it's haunting, it's beautiful, and you just get to see the different perspectives between all of the girls as you start to learn more about each girl and what they're going through and how their stories intertwine and just what is going on Sawkill Rock. It's just so hauntingly beautiful, and I highly recommend this book. It is perfect for the fall months. It's perfect spookiness. Like, I actually got scared reading this. Like, I was like, whoa, I'm kind of scared, and I just loved it. It's one of my favorite books of the year. I have 2 books left to talk about. One is Hunting Prince Dracula, which I got about halfway through on the audiobook, and then it got returned back to the library, so I didn't get to finish it. And so yeah, that's basically all I'll say about it, because I didn't get to finish it. And then the other book is, let me see, The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. I have been reading this book for like a few months. I had an e-arc sent to me, or I got approved for it on NetGalley, and I thought I was going to love it. And it's about this girl whose brother tries to commit suicide, and she ends up going to stay with her cousin or her uncle or something, and she works at this like aquarium, and then they're like searching for this like missing like boat or something. And it's just, I wanted to like this book, but I just didn't. I didn't enjoy it. I had to like push myself to finish it, and I'm so sorry to say that, because I think a lot of people chose that as like one of their favorite books of the year, but I just couldn't connect with the story. Like, I don't think it was horrible. I think that a lot of people will love it, but for me there was no connection whatsoever, and I think I rated it like 2 stars. So that is my October wrap up. I tried to go through things pretty fastly. Like I said, Sawkill Girls, one of the best books I've read all year. I really loved it. I really hope you guys pick it up. If you haven't read it yet, let me know in the comments down below what you guys read in the month of October, what your favorite read was this month. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye!